So when I first stepped onto campus, I felt like this urge to dive headfirst into everything that even sparked a tiny glimmer of interest in me. So at the club fair, I didn't really hold back. I signed up for every event that caught my eye, even if it was just like a passing curiosity. And I'm really glad I did that, because even though it was a little excessive, I signed up for like 13 to 14 clubs. That decision opened doors that I didn't even know existed. One of the most impactful experiences in particular has been joining MED, Mu Upsilon Delta, which is a pre-med fraternity. From rush events, from connecting with upperclassmen who shared a lot of their wisdom, I found a community that really welcomed me and challenged me to grow. A lot of these upperclassmen I kind of see as my big siblings or my mentors. I really look up to them because they've went through what I'm going through, and they're gonna go what I'm about to go through. And also I found a lot of people who are kind of in the same boat as me and in the same situation. And even though I've been in this club for a very little amount of time, I feel like I've made some lifelong friends that I'll have for these next 4 years at Madison, and maybe even beyond, in my postgraduate degree in studying. And also the other club that really impacted me in my curiosity at Madison is ISA, or Indian Student Association. It's been such a rewarding part of my college experience. In ISA, I really wanted to get involved because I felt really homesick. I felt like I wouldn't be able to celebrate the same traditions I was able to celebrate when I was back at home. So I really wanted to join and get more involved in ISA. So that led me to join the first year committee, which is pretty much a committee just for freshmen to join. And it allows freshmen to get really involved in the events and help run and set up many of the events that ISA hosts. And I've already helped with 2 to 3 events, has helped setting up, running, kind of helping out behind the scenes, and that's really helped me get a lot closer to a lot more people and a lot closer to my culture, even though I'm so far away from home. But the thing is, it's not just about the clubs and academics that I'm doing, but just getting curious about Madison as a whole. I've also taken a lot of time to explore Madison as itself, and I've been on, like, I guess you could call it, lots of mini adventures. I've been to places like Picnic Point about 2 to 3 times. I go down the Lakeshore path almost every day because I actually live in Lakeshore. And I've actually been trying to find that perfect study spot. And even though I haven't found it yet, I've explored so many new buildings and met so many new people while doing that it's just been worth it overall. I know this is going to be my home for the next 4 years, so I've been relentlessly curious about Madison and what it has to offer. This journey of relentless curiosity taught me that college isn't just about academics, but it's really about discovering who I am and what I want to become and what I want to do with my life. So whether it's just like signing up for some random event, saying yes to a new opportunity, or just taking a walk or exploring your new surroundings, I feel like every single small step really matters for me. One thing I want to do throughout these 4 years is remember to stay curious. I want to be open to every chapter that Madison has to offer, and be willing to take risks on opportunities that help me step outside my comfort zone. So I'm really excited for that for the next 4 years. When I first got to Madison, I had this different picture in my mind of what college was going to be like. I kind of imagined it to be like little homework, a lot of independent studying, and a whole lot of free time, and I was completely wrong about this. In reality, it's just been so much more than I ever anticipated. The classes and workload pushed me in ways that I wasn't really prepared for, and Chem 109 in particular was, and still is, one of the most challenging parts of my semester. There was a lot of late nights at college library, and that's mostly because college library was the only place that was open 24 hours. I found myself in a lot of study sessions that lasted till around 2 to 3 a.m. And in the beginning of the year, this was like a lot of work and a lot of adjustment and getting used to. But over time, I found out that I wasn't alone. A lot of times at these late night study sessions, I found myself surrounded by a group of friends who are also going through the same thing as me, preparing for the test like right before last minute, and just working through problems together and learning from each other and from what they have to say. And these moments sitting side by side, tackling problems as a team, has taught me so much. It's greatly improved my intellectual confidence. It's so nice listening to what my friends have to say, and then even teaching my friends some other things, going up to the whiteboard and lecturing them on how to solve a problem, or just helping them understand a certain topic. And what surprised me the most was just the confidence I gained. I started out feeling really unsure about this class. I felt really unconfident about my learning of the material. And as I spent more time in college library and as I spent more time learning this material, I felt more and more confidence in my understanding and just in my confidence overall to know things that I thought that I wouldn't know or do well in before. And it kind of showed me that I was more capable of what I thought I was. So a lot of those people who I surrounded myself with, they're applying to a lot of research labs, and that's led me to apply to research labs too. So right now I'm in the midst of applying to a lot of labs and research opportunities, and I'm really excited to face these new challenges next semester. So this one late night after a study session, my roommate and I were walking back from the library, and I suggested that we take a different path. And it's actually the path that we took earlier that day in this class. It was the day when we learned about Native Americans and all the horrible things that happened to them on this land that we're on right now. And what it did was it had a really big impact, and I wanted to spread awareness because a lot of people on campus aren't really aware of all the horrible things that Native Americans went through, as I wasn't really aware of what happened until earlier that day. And my roommate was just as surprised to hear about what the Native Americans went through, about how all the mounds were desecrated and how Abraham Lincoln ordered that mass execution of all those Native Americans, that it just really had a strong impact on us. So from now on, whenever I'm walking that similar path with a new friend, I'm always sure to point out the Abraham Lincoln statue about what we learned earlier that day in class, and I walk them past the mountains because I think it's really interesting about their culture. And I think it's really sad about how all these mounds and this strong sense of culture was just desecrated within a matter of a couple years. This all really stuck with me about Native Americans, and one thing I plan to do in the future is take a class on Native American studies. I think it's really important to learn all the things that Native Americans went through and all the hardships and struggles and horrors that they faced throughout time. In my history class, I'm actually learning about this a little bit right now, and I think it's really, really horrible, and I think we need to spread more awareness to it. So this has led me to become more empathetic and spread more awareness so that more people are aware of what happened on this land and just give them a better understanding of all the hardships that Native Americans went through. For me, purposeful action is aligning my choices with the impact that I want to make. One thing I'm planning to do is I'm planning to apply to a bunch of research positions to expand my knowledge and also contribute to some meaningful research that could help go a long way in the future potentially. Another step I'm taking is applying to multiple volunteer positions, especially at the Ronald McDonald House, which I've done in the past. Supporting families who are going through a tough time feels like a direct and purposeful way to make a difference, and it's something I've been doing for the last 2 years, back in high school as well. It just makes me feel really happy when I'm taking that step towards purposeful action to make the lives of other people a lot better. Purposeful action has also showed up for me in many unexpected ways. I've had multiple parents and high schoolers reach out to me asking about life at UW-Madison. Taking time to answer their questions, share tips, and offer guidance has become another way for me to make an impact. It helps other people feel more prepared and confident about their journey in the future. Living with purposeful actions means seeking opportunities to grow and also finding opportunities to give back to other people as well. And I feel like by doing this, I can create a ripple of positive changes that can go a long way for not just myself, but a lot of other people.